This weekend, this is the third installment of guys that were born in the 70s on this card. Massaran Duba, Francisco Trinaldo taking on Rude Boy Randy Brown. And just when you think that the cat couldn't come back, well, the cat came back. And for Francisco Trinaldo, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. And he was a guy that it was just too difficult to make the lightweight limit anymore. In the UFC, you'd think, oh, what's Francisco Trinaldo's record? Is he like 10-3? Now he's 18-7 in the UFC since he debuted years ago. And then you would have thought, well, he's taken on a much younger, rangier, longer strikers last time out, and Danny Roberts, hot chocolate. And I would have picked Danny Roberts to win, and I did, and you would have picked Danny Roberts to win, and you did. And the scores for that fight, 30-27, 30-26, 29-28. Francisco Trinaldo just keeps it up. And it's really weird to say that he's in a fight against Randy Brown, and it's going to be close and competitive in 2022.
Is it though? This is the problem that I have with this matchup. This is as far as you can go without doing a disservice to Massa Randuba, I think. Because here's the thing, you're right. He has been on a really good run at this stage of his career, and he has been able to really focus on the strengths of his game and really let them speak for himself. Because
power jab, overhand right.
Overhand left, southpaw.
Vice versa.
But that's the thing about Trinaldo. He knows what he's good at, and he really does stick to those parts of his game. Throws a good hook kick, too, from his right leg. He's very unorthodox with some of his kicking techniques in the feet, but he is a very high-sprung striker. And it is almost like seeing a catapult, like you just get all that tension built up, and then Trinaldo throws one of those really big techniques. And he does carry his power, even at the age of 44. It is kind of incredible to see a welterweight/lightweight still be able to do it at this stage of his career, but for Trinaldo, I think the holes are still there in his game to where a fighter who is very young and in his prime and looking to make his run towards the rankings in Randy Brown is going to be able to have more than enough success against a guy like Trinaldo, because Brown, the weaknesses in his game do overlap with a lot of the strengths that Trinaldo brings into the cage. Like I said, Trinaldo's a very good kicker. He goes to the leg, goes to the body with those kicks. He is rangy with his footwork, but at a certain point, the footwork does start to slow down. It's not that he has bad cardio for how old he is whatsoever, because it is kind of incredible to see Trinaldo have this type of lasting power in his MMA career, but his feet are very active in the first round of a fight, and they're still fairly active, I'll say, in the second round of the fight, but they do start to slow down as the fight continues. And in this fight, I look at it a lot like I looked at the Cowboy Oliveira fight for Randy Brown. You're dealing with a striker who, on the feet, yes, they're rangy, they can throw kicks, and they can make it difficult with their boxing, but for the most part, they don't really have a plan B or a plan C after that, and I don't know if Trinaldo can eat the power shots that Randy Brown's going to be able to bring into the cage.
If you're a fighter that backs up and doesn't move side to side, Francisco Trinaldo can beat you every single time, all damn night.
And can look good while he does it.
And he can kind of have a hard time cutting the cage against certain opponents that are speedy on the outside, but against Danny Roberts, he was able to get it done. The fight against Muslim Salikov, they both kind of met in the middle and kept the pressure going. But you look at these last 4 fights, and we'll focus in on it. John McDessie, about 2.5 years ago, beats him, knocks out Jai Herbert, where Herb Dean wanted to see more, beats Dwight Grant by split decision.
Awful fight.
Very close fight, wasn't great. And then the win over Danny Roberts. For Rude Boy Randy Brown, he was found on a Ring of Combat show, which was a Dana White's Looking for a Fight special back when Nick the Tooth was a thing. And if I took the crown off my tooth, I could do it again, which we almost had a week like that with Fight Night Picks until I get it put back on. But for Randy Brown, you look at it, in the UFC, it's been more good than bad out of the losses.
And fought a very high level of competition.
The Nico Price fight, definitely one that sticks out. The thing that you do kind of, or will trouble you, Randy Brown's had his chin checked quite a bit. He had a great first and second round against Chaos Williams. He had a competitive third round, but he did get dropped in that round. Who else has dropped him?
Luque hurt him bad.
Vicente Luque dropped him twice. Who else dropped him? He's been dropped in these fights. He got finished on the ground against Nico Price, the back fist. We know this. But for Randy Brown, really nice wins. Finished Brian Barberena. Finished Warley Alves. Finished Alex Oliveira with that one arm in rear naked choke that he had. For Randy Brown, he's known as a boxer, and you can see that fighting out of New York. That really has been a hallmark to his game. Budokan Mixed Martial Arts. He's trained at Killa B. He's trained down in California at Kings in the past. He's really brought it together as his career has blossomed. You'd really like to see that out of him.
He's also going to look 3 weight classes bigger than poor Massa Randuba.
He gets kicked hot and heavy to his skinny legs, and I say that as a guy who has skinny legs, and Matt, you have skinny legs too. If we got kicked by a guy like Doesn't even have to be
Alex
Trinaldo.
Oliveira.
Alex Oliveira. I'd be like the guy in UFC 4 that kind of goes down to a knee and blocks it.
I said I'd be like Kevin Ware doing an aggressive closeout to the left corner.
It's not going good.
Yikes.
But when you look at Randy Brown, what is good? Long range attacks and the power. He's one of those guys, we talk about it. He's got that pop at the end of those long range shots, and he really does pick his shots well. Takedown defense can be to a detriment, but he does have good jiu-jitsu when
good
it is on the
offensive
mat.
wrestling too.
Good offensive wrestling as well that we don't hear about all that often. So for Trinaldo, I had to switch my mentality. Can he land that big time jab? It's a powerful jab. Can he switch it up, go into the body, and then back up? Because he's not a giant body kicker, but he will mix in his boxing to the body to try and slow things down as well.
Randy Brown's 15 years younger, and he's going to weigh 30 pounds more.
Like 12 years younger.
It's just a really bad matchup for Trinaldo, and I've been a big fan of his late career resurgence that he's been able to demonstrate. It's just, Randy Brown is on the verge of being a ranked fighter in one of the best divisions in the UFC. I don't think Trinaldo has that in his future, even though, like I said, he's looked really good post-40.
Well, when it comes to the odds, Randy Brown open to minus 250 favorite, minus 305 right now. Trinaldo open plus 195. Plus 240. And if you focus in on it for Trinaldo, he's just one of those wily veterans. Like, I bet he goes to the cafe and wears a flat brim UFC cap and everybody knows him by name.
You ever see those, like, there's, like, police footage or, like, CCTV of, like, someone trying to rob a gas station, then, like, some old guy beats them up and makes them run away? That's gonna be Trinaldo. Like, he just owns some tiny corner store and just be a real hard ass about it until the end of time. Again, no one loves watching Massaran Duba past the age of 40 more than your boy over here. I just think this is a terrible stylistic matchup for him. It really is.
Well, we have a look at the over-under on Tapology. Surprised us as it is to you. Randy Brown's a 3-1 favorite, so I'll say over-under 75% Brown.
I think it'll be in the 90s.
Close. 766 total votes, 89% Brown, 70% by decision, 20% by knockout for the 11% that have Trinaldo, 54% by decision. Matt, this isn't all, because in this co-main event, we threw it out there to you on the YouTube community, in the YouTube community tab, and 75% of you had Randy Brown. Michigonian said, this is Randy's showcase spot here, giving him someone who plots forward and has a granite chin. As long as Randy can stay off the fence, he should win. Akash Deep saying, I think Rude Boy takes it. I like his improvement, should showcase against a tough bet like Trinaldo. Angel, or Angel, saying, Trinaldo will never let me down.
When Jeremy Stevens fought Doo-Ho Choi, one of the fights on that card was supposed to be Uriah Hall versus Vitor Belfort. Vitor was way past his prime, he was really old, and a lot of people thought that was going to be a great showcase for Uriah Hall, and finally get him back up to where people initially thought he would be in the division. This fight reminds me a lot of that fight, honestly. Like, Randy Brown has had a lot of chances against some of the better fighters in the division, hasn't always won those fights, but he's been able to rebuild himself and keep on looking better after all those losses. Trinaldo still looks like the same fighter he always has been. He just has managed to maintain his youth, if you will, deep into his 40s.
The secret juice.
It must be the secret juice. But yeah, this is a very good fight for Randy Brown to take.
I think Randy Brown's going to get the win. I think it's a long-range attacks. If he can keep his head out of dodge and he doesn't decide to do the Fat Joe lean back like Luke Rockhold, he should be able to get the win here because Massaran Duba, he keeps his head out and then he's able to land that left hand and it catches range. I mean, you look at the reach disparity, you look at the height disparity, the fact that one of these guys is lightweight. I think Randy Brown would have to cut off one of his legs at the knee to make lightweight. Both of us going with Jamaica's Randy Brown to get the win for the Rude Boy. Matt, in the main event coming up this weekend.
Interesting fight.
Mackenzie Dern taking on Yan Xiaonan on Monday night. If you're catching this on Sunday night, late Sunday night, Dana White's Contender Series. It's the last week. Bo Nichols taking on Donovan Beard. You're not going to want to miss it. Keep it locked in with Fight Night Picks, as we always say.
Let's get into it.